Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Firebug and today we'll be playing some more Jotunnslayer. Now we got Flame Sister and I'm going to show you how to get her other skin on the insane mode for... Alright, so it says complete Misselheim on insane. If you don't know what insane is, it is going to be the hardest difficulty. And yeah. So just copy this build, which I will show at the very end, of course. But just watch this video if you're struggling with the hardest difficulty, as you can see here, on Misselheim. So, also, if you like this kind of content, please leave a like. It really helps me a lot. And it shows that, hey, maybe other people would be interested of trying to get the skin for the Flame Sister. Flame Sister is going to be one of my favorite characters. It's Flame Sister and Revenant are one of my two favorites. And again, subscribe so you don't miss out the next videos, because I have the Warden and the Jotunnslayer next and how to unlock their skins. So, but on the Flame Sister, this is going to be the last one that's going to be on Insane. The Warden, or the Dwarf, is going to be on Hard. And then the Jotunnslayer is also going to be on Hard difficulty. And then next week, I am probably going to make more Jotunnslayer videos and just do a full campaign on each of the characters on the hardest difficulty. So I'm going to go down the list with Berserker, play the whole story on Insane, and I'll be talking about the best build that after playing this game for quite some time, making tons of videos, all that. I'm going to showcase you what builds work best for me, and it may help you guys. Because if I can beat the game on each character on Insane, maybe I'm doing something right. That's how I'm seeing it, so... in this video, I did experiment just a little bit with the Ray of Sickness. The Ray of Sickness is from Nidhogg, if I remember correctly, of the dragon. And the Ray of Sickness isn't too bad. It does like big AoE damage the more you upgrade it. But in this build, I mainly just focused on just damage, and trying something new besides relying on Odin and relying on Scotty. So, but another thing, if you haven't watched my other videos of the Jotunnslayer, if you don't know what Jotunnslayer is, I highly recommend watching my playlist, and I'll give you guys the playlist at the very end of the video, so you just have to click on it. Or you should be able to see on the top right now that there's going to be kind of like a YouTube card. I think that's what it's called. And you just click on that and it'll just start the playlist. So, alright. I know I'm kind of talking a little bit fast, but there's just a lot of information that I wanted to like push out. And I think I said this a lot. But, yeah. But again, leave a like, comment down below if this video helps you. Subscribe so you don't miss out on more Jotunnslayer. I do play some Smite content, and I have made a Rat Shaker video with my face cam. If you guys are interested in stuff like that, just let me know in the comments. If there's any other indie games that you want me to try out, just let me know, because I'm down to play anything. And yeah, that's gonna be it to really say. But again, with this build, I went with the... Oh man, I'm bad at names. So the first of the abilities, Flame Sister has the ones that... So the first one is going to be the fire darts, and basically what that does is, as you can see kind of like right there, I throw a bunch of darts, but the more you upgrade it, you can consistently shoot it like crazy amount, and it has a chance to burn. The other one that I like with the Flame Sister a lot is the ray, the fire ray. That's how I think that's what it's called. It's the one that goes around in circles, and if you max that out, then you get like I think you get like 4 or 5 of them, if I remember correctly, and it's just consistently going around her, and that applies a lot of burns. And with Flame Sister, you want to play really aggressive, right? Because she's more as an assassin, she's going to do a lot more damage than most other characters. But the downside is she is pretty squishy, so that's why she has 2 dashes. Other characters don't have 2 dashes, but she does. And what you want to do with the Flame Sister is put a lot of points into her burns, because the more burns, you can have a chance to heal with one of the passives. So I think that's what I did in this one. With the Nidhogg, I think when you apply a disease, I think it slows, or I think it also does increase damage when they're diseased. But I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's why I put a point on that. And I think it could be slows. Let me just double check my notes real quick. All right, so I was wrong. So disease actually weakens them. Okay, so it weakens them and it causes them to be slightly slowed. All right, so I think that's why I put a point in that one, if I remember correctly. Again, Little Ragnarok, best ability in the game. It's like, why not pick that up? I know a lot of other YouTubers and streamers and other people are like, oh, well, I'm not a big fan of that ability. It's totally fine. I generally think it's really strong because, yes, it has a long cooldown, but it affects bosses, enemies. It basically, like, nukes the area. I think that's why I like it so much. So that's why I keep getting it on mostly every character. And then I wanted to try with this, since I did put points into Thor, I wanted to try at least one of Thor's abilities, because Thor has a passive that if you pick Thor and you max one of his abilities out, you get the Thor's favorite passive. I think I can't remember exactly what it's called, but what that does of Thor's favorite is that it hugely increases the damage put with all your abilities. So it just gives you like a huge buff, right? So each of the gods in this game, they have self passives, which you can't see like in the match, but when you get out of the match, go to the main menu, go to the store and buy like more points for each of the gods. They have passives. So with Thor, he has Thor's favorite, and what that does again is it will just greatly increases all damage like input. So it's really strong, very strong. But Thor, when you max him out, he's actually not that bad. And I've been slowly trying to branch out with different Karods in this game and see how beneficial it is. Is Thor like OP or anything like that? Not really. I think he's like A tier. Like he's good if you max him out, right? But again, you can say that with all the gods in the game. I still think Odin's really good because he has a self revive. Freya also has a self revive, but it's hard to like proc it. I know she has one, but I feel like every time I pick Freya, it never happens. Don't know why. But the thing with Freya though is that she has a lot of like, every time you level up, she gives you a chest, which is very good in certain runs. So don't sleep on Freya. I feel like Freya, it would be really good for like CRS and maybe Revenant, because if I remember correctly, she also grants you some attack speed if you do pick her up. But Odin also gives you attack speed. Loki gives you a little bit more gold. So if you're looking for more gold to level up your gods, your characters, or I think they're called Jotunnslayer, pick Loki and pick Freya. Like that combo will give you a lot of gold. And Njord is good if you picking up a lot of chests, because he has a chance to I think he gives you a chance to get bonus inside the chest. So, but the one thing I don't like about Njord, and he's like one of my least favorites, is just that he has a lot of abilities that are just kind of just mid. Like, yeah, I think the warship or the ship, I forget what it's called. I think it's called the warship. That one's really good, but I think that's it. All the other ones are just kind of mid. It's like, yeah, they're like you can pick up Njord, but it's like, why pick him up if I can just pick up the other gods and just do 10 times better? So, but yeah, Flame Sister is really good. Nidhogg, he's okay. He has another ability that can fear. Fear is really good if you're fighting against a lot of elites. But it's like, why pick Fear if you can just go on Odin, have a passive that you can increase damage to elites? So it's just little things to keep in mind. Njord also has another one that's really good, and that is like the cages, which I think I picked it up at the very end of this video. And what those cages does, and it's not even an ability, it's like a passive, and the cages can like cage all the minions, elites, but not bosses. I think it slows down bosses, but don't quote me on that. But it's pretty good. It's actually really good. It's very useful to like all the hordes of enemies, and you could just like put them in cages for a brief second. It basically is just like immediately a root. So it's pretty good, and I enjoy it. I think that's why it makes Nidhogg really good as just a god, or one of the god abilities. So I'm putting him higher in the list of the tier list, just because he has actual good stuff in his kit. But I don't, how do I say this? Like, he's good, but I still believe other gods just do it better, in my opinion. Because I feel like he's only good for certain characters, right? For example, Cirrus, right? With the fear, push people away, or even Revenant, push people away consistently in the traps with Revenant. That would be crazy good. So, but yet again, Revenant's just OP, and I feel like he's always going to be top tier. But Flame Sisters are actually surprisingly really good. The more you look into her kit and the passive, she has a passive that you can actually instant kill a minion. So that's pretty good. Pair that up with an Odin that does with another passive to increase damage to elites. You got something cooking. So far I didn't see anything that says, oh, apply bonus damage to bosses. I haven't seen that in the game at all, with all the gods, all the Jotunnslayers in the game. But with bonus damage to elites, I feel like it does bonus damage to the bosses as well. Because I know the mini Ragnarok just takes a chunk out of the bosses. But yeah. With Scotty, she does actually have a passive that reduces cooldown. So does Freya. Freya actually has reduced cooldown on the Jotunnslayer's abilities. So the Jotunnslayer abilities are going to be the first two on the top left. That's the Jotunnslayer. So basically anything that applies to your character, that would be the Jotunnslayer abilities. The other abilities are god abilities. So, but if you pair up with Scotty and Freya, then you can actually have a lot of cooldowns. And cooldowns would be really useful for, again, like CRS and Warden. I feel like Warden does benefit with a lot of cooldowns in his kit as well. But yet again, Warden is the tankiest one. But if you have a lot of cooldowns on the Warden, he's going to get a lot of his shields back up. And that's what makes it very reliable. So, but yeah, these are just little things that I picked up for weeks on end. Tons of studies on this game. And hopefully these videos work or help you guys if you haven't picked up this game yet. It's pretty cheap. I think it's like $15 on Steam, which I believe it's totally worth it. Like you get basically get your money's worth in this game. It has great visuals, music, all that. If you're into like bullet hell kind of roguelike kind of games, indie games, this is going to be a good pick for you. But but yeah, I'm gonna probably suggest more builds for you guys later in the series. But for now, like I said, I'm trying to finish out the how to get this skin for each character. I think this week I'm gonna make this one, and then the next one's gonna be the Warden, and then next week is gonna be the last how to get the skin for the Kinslayer. And then I think I'm gonna start the series of playing each of the character and talking about what's the best builds for each one of them, and then go for there. Because I'm almost maxed out with all the gods and the Jotunnslayers. And then I think that would be it, because if I played each character to each mission on Insane, then I think the last thing to do is just try to play it on Endless mode with each character and see how far it goes. And those videos is going to probably take they're probably going to be very long, but it'd be quite interesting, and it'd be kind of funny to watch, because everything would just be on instant cooldown, so it just looks like looks like a fever dream. Just everything just like consistently just I don't know, it looks crazy. I remember playing it one time on Endless mode, and I think I was in a match for like an hour or almost 2 hours. I think it was it's insane how long I survived. But yet again, I basically maxed out all the Jotunnslayers and all the gods. But yeah, another thing is that I have a face cam now. I just don't know if you guys want to see that with Jotunnslayer, because I don't know where to really place it. I guess I can place it on the bottom right, because it has a big spot for it. But let me know in the comments if you guys want to see my face cam. But there's nothing to really react to. Most of my videos, when I make videos like this for Jotunnslayer, I usually just do a voiceover, because when I'm playing a game, maybe that's just me, but when I play games, especially on Insane mode or the hardest difficulty, I'm hard focus. I don't yap a lot. I'm just gonna focus on the game. Alright. But if you guys want to see face cam and all that, I can do that. But most of these videos, I usually just do a voiceover, and I kind of go over my notes a little bit. But as you can see right here with the Flame Sister's second note auto ability on the left side, You can see how I have 3 of the fire rays, and it's just consistently burning, which is gonna be really useful. So I believe it's one of the stronger ones for Flame Sister. She also has another one that's really good, and you can apply bombs, and every time you kill an enemy, they have a chance to drop a bomb, which will trigger, and it will increase the damage or have a chance to damage the enemies that stand next to it. So it's pretty cool. But in my opinion, going to the list, Revenant is going to be S tier. And then I want to put Berserker and Flame Sister up to A tier, right? Like basically A plus, like they're almost S tier. And then A tier, I want to put CRS. And then B tier, I want to say Warden. Like, yeah, Warden is good. Don't get me wrong. Like, you can do a lot of stuff with Warden, but since he's just so tanky, it takes a while for him to like kill bosses. So, but again, you can have like a full crit build with Warden. That's why I feel like he's good, but sometimes I feel like it really depends, right? It really depends how your playstyle is, because there's so many different playstyles that you can do with each of these characters. Kinslayer, I feel like Kinslayer is such a weird one. I want to put her in A, but yet again, I feel like the rest of her kit's kind of mid, because the only thing that's really good against, like, for her is she has a bunch of revives. But the more you think about it, you can actually beat this game with no revives. Like, each of these characters don't need a revive. Like, you don't have to pick Odin to get a revive, or even Freya. So, but she has that subclass that has, I think, 4 revives that you can get with the Kinslayer. So you can actually have the total of like 4 to 5 revives with Kinslayer, which is quite good. But the more you think about it, is like, it's good until you don't really need to revive a whole lot. It's weird. Kinslayer is interesting. It's like, that's the only thing that's like really huge and beneficial for her. Other than that, her other subclass, she gains a lot more attack speed, which doesn't make sense. It's like, why would you go attack speed for Kinslayer? Because I feel like she's more utilized as like ability base, in my opinion. You can go all attack speed, but I don't think it's that beneficial, because Kinslayer isn't that tanky either. So it's weird. It's weird. I think I'm missing a character. We got Berserker. I feel like he's really good. I feel like he's really balanced. If you struggle with this game, don't know what character to really play, pick Berserker. I feel like he's just a good, solid pick. Revenant's really forgiving, because like, he's just so strong. I feel like he's one of the best characters in the game. So we got Berserker, Revenant, we got CRS, we got Warden, got Flame Sister, and Kinslayer. Why does it feel like I'm missing one? maybe I'm going crazy. Watch, I'm gonna read the comments. They're like, "You missed this character." The chat goes wild. But to all the gods, and the top of my head, so we got Odin, Thor, Loki. I feel like Loki's not that good. It's just like, Loki, I want to like Loki, I really do. It's just that all of his abilities are just kind of doggy. Just kind of dog shit. I don't know. It's just, The only thing that I like is Yomengander, but yet again, I don't know. It just, that's the only thing. And Loki has a lot of like good stuff in his kit as well, like bonus gold, kind of stuff like that. But if you have enough gold, if you just consistently play this game, you're gonna eventually have enough gold, right? But if you guys want to see like a gold build, Freya and Loki would be the best options. Just get those gods, just both of those, and then you're gonna see a lot of gold in your area. I think Warden also has, if I remember, Warden also has a chance to get bonus gold as well. So that's gonna be the best kind of build if you're struggling with gold. But I never really have a struggle with gold. I kind of just play the game consistently. I mean, of course, I take breaks and play different games. Yeah, like I'm not just sitting here just playing one this game like day and night. But what I'm trying to say is, like, since I have a lot of knowledge and all that, and I played this game, I never really had a struggle with gold. So, because I believe if you just play the game a lot of times, just complete the challenges or whatever, you're gonna eventually just build up the gold anyways. But back again with the gods. So there's Odin, Loki, Thor, Freya, Nidhogg, Njord, Scotty. I think that's it. This is a missing one. Freya? I think I said Freya. But Scotty, OP. If you pick Scotty, you're good. Because all of her kit is just really good. I think the only one thing that isn't really good is the snowball. Yeah, just you don't even freeze the enemy. It just does damage. It's not even like a little, like a lot. It's just a tiny bit. But the rest of her kit, OP. I'm a big fan of Scotty. I think in my tier list, Scotty's like S tier. Loki's more like B tier. Odin is pretty high up. I want to say close to A. Thor is really good. A tier. Nidhogg, I want to say B tier. And then Njord, I don't like him. I just don't like his abilities. Kind of like Loki, I just don't like his abilities either. But yeah, here's the boss. You see how fast I can kill him. Not as fast as Cyrus when I did that video. Holy, I demolished that boss. And even on Insane, that's which is insane. But this is actually pretty good because, as you see, a couple of seconds, like I don't even think a minute in, it's already half health. So, and this is also on Insane. So as you can see, like it's almost dead. So yeah, I feel like this build kind of worked out. It's good with AoE, does a lot of damage, you can heal. Like, I don't know what else to really say. But there you go. That is how to kill this boss on Mizraim on Insane with the Flame Sister. And there you go, you get the Assassin's Armor. And then of course I get the trophy and all that. But I'm not going to cover trophies in this video. I'll probably do that in my other video. But I think, yeah. Okay, so I did show you guys what I build. So you just copy this build. Look at all the passives. Do this if you struggle to get this armor to try to beat this on Insane. But there you go. That's what I did. And just to, quickly just kind of go over it. And you can pause at any of these if you want to read them. see what they actually do. But in my opinion, I think I did pretty well. But this is going to be close to the end of this video. Hopefully you enjoyed me yapping, and hopefully this helped you. So thank you so much for watching. Oh, and this is going to be just a brief of what I built with the Flame Sister, right? These are all the gods that I have so far with all their points. So this is what works best for me. Didn't really put a lot of points of Loki because I don't ever use them. Kind of like Nord as well, but there you go. But let me show you what the skin looks like so very quick, but there you go. I kind of like it. Not the big fan of the big scarf, but whatever. I like the rest of the armor. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this helps you. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.